Hey everybody, what's up, and welcome to another Sims 4 house building video. In today's video, I am so excited to be back with the second part of my Build the World series. Still a working title, don't really know what I'm calling this series, but this is the second part of the series where I take existing builds in The Sims 4 and I put my own spin on it, make my own version of what I think these characters deserve or what they should have based on their lore and all that kind of fun stuff. In my first video of this series, I built a new house for Bob and Eliza Pancakes, and now we are visiting the infamous Don Lothario, who in the world of The Sims 4, or The Sims rather, is meant to be kind of a womanizer, and he's kind of meant to be this kind of heathen in the town who sleeps around, has his fun, oftentimes with multiple people at once. So I wanted to delve into that a bit because in The Sims 4, they kind of strayed away from who I think Don Lothario is meant to be. He's living with Nina and Dina Caliente and their mother Katrina. And it's just a bit of a weird choice for Don because in previous games he was always this bachelor. He dated both, I believe. I could be wrong now. Wait. I believe he dated both Nina and Dina in The Sims 2. And I believe he shows up again in The Sims 3. But I just don't understand why he would now in The Sims 4 have a relationship with their mother and be living with both of them, but not be dating them if he's meant to be this kind of womanizer. It's just kind of weird what they've done with him. I feel like he's one of those characters who's kind of like the land grabs or like the goths, a bit of a Sims staple, and it's just a bit weird what they've done with him. So I wanted to go back to basics, go back to what I think of as his character and give him a bachelor pad. So I've moved him out of the Caliente family and he is now in his own lot in Oasis Springs, and this is his bachelor pad where he undoubtedly brings back many of the fine ladies of Willow Creek and Oasis Springs and everything in between and does what bachelors do. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. But basically, I just wanted to lean into the character of him being a bit sleazy, being a bit of a flirtatious individual. And if you saw my last video, my plans for this series is to keep building on this idea of changing up the worlds and updating it in my own style with my own storylines. And eventually down the line, I will make this save file accessible to anyone who wants to play with it. So in that vein, I'm kind of reinventing everyone's storylines. And if you saw the last video where I was talking about the Pancakes family, I went into all of their marital troubles and maybe why they're having marital troubles. And maybe Don Lothario is the fault of those marital troubles. Because in my version, in this save file, Eliza Pancakes is pregnant with Don Lothario's child. And it's just a bit fun. I love to, when I'm playing The Sims in my free time, I love to delve into these juicy dynasty type storylines where everyone's sleeping with everyone and people are murdered and people go missing and all that fun. So if I'm going to be sharing my save file, I might as well share a version that I would play in. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm trying to lean into the existing Sims lore, like I said, like making Don more of a bachelor, making the divide in the Pancakes family more obvious and kind of give a reason for it, quote unquote. And in the future, I want to delve more into Don's weirder backstory. If you're familiar with The Sims 2 and the Goth family, you know that in The Sims 2, Bella Goth is missing. No one really knows what happened to her. But if you're playing with the character of Don and you go to his memories, you can see that he had a relationship with her. And it's all just a bit suspicious that one of Bella's last memories is with Don in his hot tub on his balcony. And then she goes missing. Which is weird because I'm getting into all the conspiracy theory territory now, but the Caliente sisters are descendants of aliens and they are both interested in Don. So maybe Bella is in the way of that and they want to get rid of her. So they contact their alien relatives to get rid of Bella. because later, I believe in The Sims 3, she's found in one of the alien worlds. Not sure. I'm going to link a video in the description or maybe in the pinned comment to Plumbella's channel, where she goes into the history of Bella Goth and Don Lothario and everything in between. And it is so interesting. It's so cool. I love all that kind of lore, and I don't understand why it's absent from The Sims 4 and why The Sims 3 is like a weird out of continuity backstory type thing where Bella's a child. It's all just a bit weird. All a bit weird. But yeah, to cut a long story short, that was my intention. I wanted to delve further into these ideas and put my own spin on it. So he's got Eliza pregnant. I have a couple more Sims in the town in mind who I think he also might have gotten pregnant. I just think it's really funny, the idea of him having multiple children at once and all with different women. And it's just a bit funny. I love the drama. I love making my Sims gameplay chaotic, and I really want to share that with you guys. So that's my plan. And I think the next family that I will be tackling will probably be the Caliente family. I'm probably going to separate Katrina from Nina and Dina, give them all separate houses, or maybe give them kind of a townhouse setup where they all have their own house, but it's all on the one lot. I don't really know. Haven't thought about it much, but that's the plan. I also want to go into the land grabs, and what was the other one? I'm completely blanking on their names, but it is the family that's in Willow Creek who are like roommates. Is it just the roomie household or something? The roommate household? Something like that. There's 3 or 4 Sims who all live together, I believe. God, I sound like such a fake fan now, but I just can't remember what they're called. But that is my plan. Those are the families that I want to tackle down the line. But for now, I have nothing else built. So hold that thought. I'm not going to promise any of those because I could completely change my mind, just depending on my mood. With this series, it's very easy to churn these houses out because unlike the houses that are inspired by film or TV shows or cartoons or whatever, it's much easier to just design these houses myself. When I have these ideas in my head, I have like a loose idea of a desert-inspired bachelor pad, and I could just roll with that and build this nice little 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom house and not really think too much of it. It kind of takes me about an hour and 20 minutes maybe to build this, and the pancakes house was about an hour and a half. It's just much quicker when I'm building based on images, or I'm scouring the internet for a floor plan of a house that doesn't even exist. It's very difficult, and it takes much longer to churn out these videos. But with the whole series of building the world, it's just so much easier to make these. I really do enjoy them because while I'm playing, I'm thinking about all these storylines and how I want them to weave together, and it's kind of like scratching a different creative itch. So it's fun. If you have any ideas, or you want me to splice up someone's life or create connections that you've always seen in the game, like say you want Mortimer Goth to have a relationship with Bob Pancakes. I don't know why that would happen, but if that's something that you guys want me to delve into, I can definitely explore that and try to like depict that in my version of this world. I'm really excited about the idea of going as chaotic as possible, and then just the grounding feature being very normal looking houses. I'm also excited to build houses to fill the empty lots in the worlds that are just going to be something of like my complete own creation, where I can just go completely nuts with ideas. I have 2 ideas in particular that I'm kind of excited about. The first being something that's kind of inspired by the Umbrella Academy, if you've seen that show. The dad in that who like collects the children. If you haven't seen the show, it's really weird. So just bear with me. This guy collects a bunch of children who grow up to be superheroes, but he's kind of a mad scientist and a billionaire, and his wife is a robot, and his butler's a monkey. Very good show, would recommend. It's on Netflix. But I was kind of inspired by that idea of a mad scientist living in a big house, or like a kind of crazy mansion, and he lives there with just his butler and his weird robot wife. So that's something that I'm playing around with. I don't know how I would fit that into this world, but I kind of want to lean into the obscure, because that's what The Sims is. It's weird. And I love the idea of building some kind of like an orphanage or like a house for occult Sims. Like, I kind of had the X Mansion from the X-Men movies in my mind, but someone who opens a home for kids who are occult Sims, like a witch or a ghost or a vampire or whatever, and they each have like a room catered to that specific role. I don't know. I'm kind of going nuts with these ideas, but I'm really enjoying it. So they're my plans for the future. If you have any more ideas, do let me know, because I'm always looking for new ideas. But in the meantime, I'm going to wrap this up here because I've been ranting for 10 minutes now and I'm worried that I'm reaching the end of the video. So I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And let me know where you're watching this from. I'd love to know where you guys are actually clicking onto and watching these videos from, because I want to get to know you guys a bit better. Because for some reason you keep coming back and I love it. So I want to get to know you guys. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.